Welcome to another episode, Focus on Finance. My name is Shirley Luu, your host. And as you know, in the industry, I love to bring new dynamic stuff to the industry and also what's relevant to the industry today. When it talks about money and finance and all that, and investment and retirement, and there's different kind of portfolio that people love to invest in, and one of them is real estate. And let me tell you, I had this one most dynamic woman sitting next to me. She's been a friend of mine. Her name is Sharon Heyman, with TRR Sotheby, and I tell you, this woman knows her stuff, okay, guys? When it comes to money and real estate, she knows her stuff. And Sharon, welcome.
Thank you, Shirley. How are you today?
Fantastic. Thank you for being on the show.
Oh, thank you. This is so wonderful. I appreciate it.
Well, please tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, as Shirley said, my name is Sharon Heyman. I'm with TTR Sotheby's International Realty, and our company sells real estate actually around the world, if you ever want to leave the United States. I myself have been in business 30 years. But I met Shirley at an open house, which was just in itself an amazing story. Shirley had been looking for a home, and
that I couldn't afford.
But she really could. And so that's how we met. It was just at the end of a day, and when I met Shirley, she was just so dynamic, and I knew the house just fit her and her lifestyle.
And I love Sharon because, one, she displayed total professionalism and wasn't pushy at any of that. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I love the fact that she never looked down on anyone and to see whether or not could someone afford it. Because I know that day I wasn't dressed the best. I was in shorts and just as sloppy as anything. But Sharon carried herself very professional and say, hey, I love to show you. Hey, look, this is what it has. So I want to get into it. Sharon.
Absolutely. I'm ready.
As you know, recently, the interest rate, in the housing market, it's been going up and down. Now, of course, rates a couple of years ago was 3%, 2.95, and all this, that. Now, whether or not that rate's going back anytime soon, it's remained to be seen. Mm-hmm. However, when it comes to the real estate market, I noticed now recently, our house has gone up in some area, and then it's been fluctuating so much. And the audience out there always ask me the question, well, Shirley, if I'm in the process of buying a house, should I buy it now with interest rates so high, or do I wait? Or share with us from your knowledge, what's going on in the industry, and what would you advise?
It was amazing to have really low interest rates, but those interest rates came with a price. We were not in so good of times because we were in COVID. Yeah. So it really truly was associated with COVID. Yeah. Right now, we switched a little bit higher to rates. And I think that they're going to be stabilizing. I see it now. They have been coming down, but I think they're going to stabilize. But it's not affecting the market. Actually, our market here in the D.C. area has gone up over 6%. Yeah. What you can do is, what I suggest that my clients do. I think real estate's a great investment. Yeah. And I'll transfer to even another subject with Shirley about some other types of products. But you really shouldn't buy real estate based on an interest rate. You should be basing it upon your life. Yes. And don't let it dictate what you want to do. And also put it into your portfolio. Shirley and I were talking about an instance. She said she has a client that said, should I pay cash for my house? Just total cash. Yeah. And I'll let Shirley answer that, what she had advised her client.
Absolutely not. The reason is that, some of you guys can definitely use the tax deduction write-off on the interest.
Absolutely.
And the second of all, okay, so you're paying right now interest rate if you bought a house maybe 6%, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, could you make more money with those market out there that could exist? I think possibly long term, absolutely.
I think you could too.
So with that being said, now of course, granted, we still gotta have enough down payment for the house and all that stuff, But there are so many way dynamic stuff out there that I was sharing with Sharon the other day, that I could take a 401k or an IRA, create a stream of income from there, and pay for a home that you live in, or an investment home that you're thinking about doing. It's amazing how I believe both can coexist together. I mean, you can have that house that you want, and at the same time that investment home that you want, and still have retirement money as well.
I agree with you. And I think in our area, which is so wonderful, prices keep going up, and we have such great job market.
Yeah.
Our market stays stable and has continually gone up. So real estate is a phenomenal investment. Not only for a home for you to live in because you become part of the community, you don't have to move, you know, and you have tax advantages to it, but also, as Shirley's talking about, investments.
Yeah.
And in our area, the DMV and even outside of it, we're commanding such high rental rates.
Yes.
You could be paying off your investment and using that income to have enough of a nest egg to give to Shirley to invest for you and make you even more money.
I want to think about real estate. Very interesting. The other day, I was talking to a mortgage loan company, right? And they were saying that other area in other city around the country, a square foot home may be around $125 a square foot. When he asked me, he said, "Where do you live?" And of course, you know, you helped sell the house. In Vienna, did you guys know it's running almost $400 a square foot?
Or higher.
Oh, higher. And he said it is the Vienna, McLean area is like the 16th in the country when it comes to housing. And it was just, I'm like, really? The 16th best? I mean, it's kind of...
And what makes us so dynamic is the fact that we have jobs. We are growing. Industries are here. You may not think of this, but also the climate here is just so normal. It just makes us like one of the better areas to be living in.
Oh, I totally agree. I love the Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, and of course, you know, all the viewers out there. Some of you are in West Virginia area, I believe.
Oh my gosh, that is so close.
Yeah. So you know, when the DMV area, and you know, and I love doing business here. You know, as a matter of fact, if you happen to go on Shirley Luu and Associates, you can see our all-star, 5-star rated across. And what I do, I love the fact that, you know, I appreciate you, Sharon, for a fact that, you know, today you don't represent just, you know, single home resident. You do also commercial too, right?
I do commercial.
And then how's that market going on?
The commercial market, actually in the industrial area, I wish we had more land that we can claim to be industrial. It is the most best investment you could possibly make. We have so little industrial areas here in the DMV, and even in other parts of the country. I'm dealing in Ohio and in Boston.
Really?
There is such a demand for industrial space, for parking of trucks, and think about it. Trucking industries, trash industries, our landscaping, our pool companies, we don't think of that. They have to travel far. But it's just such a booming market. Office commercial, still very negotiable. People are starting to call their workers back, but right now the trend is for industrial.
Wow, I never thought of it.
And in our area, like in Fairfax County, I've been working with Supervisor Stork down in the Mount Vernon area. He wishes that he could, you know, have more industrial space for a lot of the businesses that are here, so he's losing them to other counties.
Wow.
And they're looking at the comprehensive plan now to see what they can do to make some changes.
Wow. But you know, as you talk about real estate market, so if I have a piece of land, right? Mm-hmm. And my piece of land, do I build single home townhouses or do I put industrial? From a investment standpoint, would I get the same kind of revenue return in those, you know? So it's kind of like, okay, I get it, do industrial, but will I make just as much money? And I guess that maybe that's the reason why not as much industrial.
Well, that's why, yes, you're right. The county doesn't like it because they're not getting high tax return on that because they're just taxing a piece of land. If they're building a multi-family house or a single-family house, we know our prices are very high. The county's going to make more money, without a doubt. You are totally correct.
And maybe that's the reason why, you know, industrial. Well, you know, maybe in I know Ashburn area and all that is always growing exponentially.
That
in those
is
areas.
growing. Our hidden gem right now is Reston.
Really?
Reston is now going to come into another transition.
Wow.
It has 2 metros there.
Wow.
You'll find that real estate, whether you're looking at residential or commercial, is low.
Wow.
But they are looking at doing another town center.
Okay.
And as a realtor, I always look at comprehensive plans and planning meetings and what is taking place. And just as a little tidbit, they're thinking of putting another major road into Reston.
Wow.
Which will really help get people around the town center and into the town center, which I just think is an absolutely amazing place to live. And if you're looking for really a good deal in real estate, you should look at Reston.
Well, so let's talk about good deal.
Good
Sharon,
deals. We love good deals.
Sharon, well, why don't you share with the audience if they wanted to reach out, how can they get a hold of you?
Oh my gosh, you can get a hold of me very easily. You can Google me, Sharon Heyman, with TTR Sotheby's. My phone number is 703-402-2955. Shirley has that memorized.
She's my go-to lady here, It's amazing. You never know how life, brings you to someone to meet.
Exactly. I mean, I love answering questions. I only love to talk about real estate. So call me, chat, ask me questions.
Yeah. And so, the other things I want to make a comment, for those of you who's kind of worried about the interest rate being high and all that, I think, mortgage company out there has a way of working with you. Maybe they've got some flexible, program that they can get you into.
They can, and you also can buy down your rate.
Yeah.
Right now, and so, if you're purchasing a home, or maybe if you're a seller, you could offer what's called points to help the buyers buy down their rate so that they can move into the home.
Yeah. So, it's really a matter of education. You do your research, your homework, and working with someone that knows the stuff. And I tell you, I am so glad I began partnering. Sharon's not just a partner. She's like family to me. That's one thing we love about this, is that once we get to know each other, we try to help support each other. So until next time, Shirley Luu signing off. And again, you can Google Shirley Luu and associates.com very easily, and you can reach me at 703-608-1203. And Sharon, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Shirley.